This man just wanted to eat pickled pepper chicken feet, so he put a living person's fingers into an oil pot heated to over 200 degrees Celsius to fry them. To prevent his prey from escaping, he even forcibly bent 3 iron rods. As the temperature of the oil kept rising, the agonized screams filled the entire room, and soon the young man passed out from the pain. But this guy still wasn't satisfied. Next, he put the young man's friend into the oven, and then ate over 100 fried eggs along with the roast meat. Yet just a week ago, this terrifying killer was nothing more than a wimp who was bullied by everyone. But that day, the beautiful school belle actually confessed her feelings to him, which made the boy, who had been single for 30 years, incredibly excited. Afterwards, he put on a women's dress as the school belle had requested. But just as he was about to go on the date, the lights around him suddenly went out. When the lights came back on, the beauty in William's arms had turned into a sheep. It turned out that all of this was a prank set up by his classmates. Overwhelmed with embarrassment, he could only try to escape quickly, but all the exits around him had been locked by them. The boy had no choice but to jump out of the window. Just at that moment, a vehicle carrying chemical materials happened to pass by, and William dove headfirst into a metal barrel. The corrosive solution instantly seeped into his skin, while the surrounding classmates not only didn't help, but instead stood by and laughed at him. Soon William's body was engulfed in flames, and in unbearable pain, he could only run home and plunge himself into the bathtub in the bathroom. The originally cold water instantly began to boil. Large clumps of his hair started to fall out, and various parts of his body began to change continuously. In the end, William transformed into a muscular monster. At that moment, William's mother happened to come home. In order not to frighten her, William had no choice but to run away from home. But on his way out, he came across a bullying incident. A group of thugs were harassing a newly appointed police officer. These guys brazenly pressed a lit cigarette to the officer's face and even prepared to shoot him in the head. Fortunately, at this critical moment, William stepped in to help. With a gentle toss, he threw one of the thugs several meters away. Another accomplice tried to intervene, but ended up getting beaten so badly his face was unrecognizable. In no time at all, William had subdued all of the criminals. This scene left the police officer on the ground completely stunned. He thought he was about to be attacked as well, but to his surprise, William didn't harm him. Instead, he even put the officer's hat back on for him. When the officer returned to the station, he told the reporters everything that had just happened. Soon, the story of the monster saving people made the newspapers, and William became a hero in everyone's eyes. But there were still some thugs who deliberately sought excitement and specifically went to rob the restaurant William often visited. These guys were extremely vicious. They shot and killed the restaurant manager as soon as they entered, and then started harassing the blind girl, Xiaohua. Fortunately, at this critical moment, William rushed over. He immediately confronted the criminals and fought with them, but they were no match for the boy at all. In the blink of an eye, he had knocked them all to the ground. But the leader of the gang was still unwilling to give in. He turned around, grabbed an iron bucket, and tried to smash it at William. However, William was completely unharmed. Instead, he pinned the leader down on the chopping board. Immediately after, William grabbed a bottle of milk and forcefully poured it into the leader's mouth. Then he turned on the blender, shoved it right into the man's throat, and the guy died on the spot, filled with regret. At this point, William found another thug. He forcibly pinned the young man down on the stove, then placed his palm into a pot of oil heated to over 200 degrees, deep frying it. The thug immediately passed out from the pain. After dealing with all the criminals, William even made a point to escort Xiaohua safely back home. Soon after, the police arrived at the scene and began questioning the surrounding crowd to understand what had happened. But they simply couldn't believe that anyone could look like that, so they didn't take his words seriously. Meanwhile, William was at the junkyard sorting through trash, preparing to build a little home of his own there. Those classmates who used to bully William were still spreading rumors everywhere, saying he had turned into a monster who only knew how to kill. Hearing such things made William feel deeply pained. After that, he went to the gym to take his revenge on them. He directly restrained the man on the gym equipment, and then he strapped the man directly onto the gym equipment, then pulled the iron weight to its highest position. Suddenly he let go, and the man's head was smashed open on the spot. William even thoughtfully covered him with a mop. Then the boy quietly slipped into the sauna, grabbed the school beauty who had teased him before, and forced her down onto the scorching hot stones. The unlucky girl was instantly cooked like teppanyaki. That night, William saw a man bullying a girl on the street. Furious, he immediately stepped forward and grabbed the man's neck. Seeing their boss in danger, the thugs in the car quickly got out to help, but they were no match for William. In just a few moves, he took care of the whole gang. Out of kindness, he even made sure the girl got safely into a car at the end. Soon William's deeds spread throughout the entire village, and from then on, he began his journey of punishing evil and promoting good. Whenever he saw a child sitting in the middle of the road, he would immediately rush over and carry the child away to prevent them from being hit by passing cars. When he saw an elderly lady crossing the street, he would also step forward to help her. Although William looked ugly on the outside, he was truly kind-hearted.
I may be unattractive in appearance, but I am truly kind-hearted and gentle. I might seem cold and distant on the outside, but I am deeply passionate and warm on the inside. That is exactly who I am.
The villagers gradually accepted him, and he became a hero in the eyes of the children. Even the t-shirts everyone wore had William's face printed on them. One day, two young men robbed an elderly lady. Not only did they beat her up, but they also stole her vehicle. But as soon as the two hit the road, they ran into William. In an instant, he leapt onto the roof of the car, yanked the guy in the passenger seat out, then climbed inside and started fighting the other man for the steering wheel. The car immediately spun out of control, careening wildly down the street. In the end, William forcibly ripped out the steering wheel, sending both the car and its occupants plunging off a cliff. The massive impact caused the car to explode on the spot. Although the criminals met their end, William was completely unharmed and climbed out of the car. That afternoon, he tracked down the local human trafficker and tossed him straight into a washing machine. May begged frantically for mercy inside, but William didn't care at all and casually flipped the switch. After the washing machine spun 99 times, William took out an iron and pressed the trafficker flat. Everyone in the village adored this hero who punished evil and upheld justice, but the sheriff saw him as a menace. To eliminate this dangerous man, the sheriff directly dispatched the local armed forces, even bringing out tanks that hadn't been used in years, instantly surrounding William's tent so tightly that not even a drop of water could get through. Then the sheriff called out to him, ordering William to come out and surrender immediately, or else he would open fire at once. To avoid harming innocent people, William decisively walked out. But at that moment, the surrounding villagers also came out to defend him. They believed William was a hero who punished evil and promoted good, and that he shouldn't be treated so unfairly. Seeing this, even the soldiers nearby softened and put down their weapons, but the vicious sheriff pulled the trigger at William. Unexpectedly, William wasn't afraid of bullets at all. He countered with a punch that blew open the sheriff's stomach. When the villagers saw the corrupt sheriff meet his end, they all applauded and celebrated, and William truly became a hero in everyone's hearts.